All right, what's good, guys? We are finally doing another backtesting session today. I've recently been only doing these sessions for my Discord, but it's been a while since I've done one on YouTube, and I figured today it's raining outside, it's shitty, so I was like, you know what? Let's run it. This backtesting session, we're gonna focus more so on improving risk to reward. So as you guys know, I trade a relatively low frequency model. I don't take that many trades, and it's also pretty low RR. However, my win rate is very high because I sacrifice a high risk to reward to have that high win rate. Now, in this session, I'm going to focus on being a bit more discretionary with my trades. So the frequency is going to be a little bit higher than usual. And I'm also going to be more discretionary with my stop loss placement. So I'm going to try to give you guys my thought process on when I think it's okay to tighten up your risk to reward a little bit versus when you should just leave it at the significant higher low and go for that just one-to-one secure the profit. So that is what we're going to do today. We're doing June of 2025. I feel like it's been a year now, so I feel like it's time to start diving into 2025 a little bit. And yeah, that's about it. So first things first, top-down analysis on the daily time frame. It looks like price is approaching all-time highs, which is good because currently in market conditions, that is what we're dealing with. So let's mark out all-time high. I will mark out, oh, we kind of have some almost equal highs up here. I know they're 100 points away, but on the daily, looks pretty nice. Respecting this daily gap, I really wouldn't want to target short unless price really ripped lower. We do have this gap here, but with the all-time high conditions, I would really expect price to want to push higher. I guess we're still 1,000 points away. The daily kind of makes it look a little bit closer than it is. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, we have this low here. We have this 4-hour gap. I'll mark out this 4-hour high too. Go to the 1-hour time frame. This looks pretty bullish to me. I think this reaction right here from this daily gap, price comes down, we're respecting this 1-hour gap, and now we're kind of moving higher. I would definitely expect higher prices ideally, but we'll be open to both directions. But high time frame is currently bullish, so I want to say as bullish as possible. It looks like we have a gap up here that could be a target as well. But overall, the 15-minute looks pretty choppy. The 5-minute looks pretty disgusting. So yeah, I'm also going to be taking. So I usually very much stick to continuation style trading. In this session, I'm going to be for you ICT, IFVG traders. I'm going to be doing some of that too because I do have experience with IFVGs, and obviously I still use some of the concepts to this day. But I'm going to be taking some reversal type of trades as well because that seems to be popping off a little bit more in New York session recently for the good A plus setups. So yeah, and some of the trades I take that are reversal style, I don't share them with you guys because I don't want you guys to think, oh, you're a reversal trader. Like what happened? It's like no, it's just I don't want to confuse anybody. So for this, we're gonna stay on the 5-minute and wait till we got some clear direction because this is pretty chopped. All right, that's pretty clear direction. All right, well, there's absolutely nothing you can do there. We'll see if price wants to continue or if we want to go lower. Wow. All right, I mean, there's literally zero entry you can possibly get there. We have this 1-hour gap higher. That's a 4-hour too, but we are currently in a 4-hour. So we'll just have to see if price wants to give us anything or if it just wants to run. All right, so clearly we're respecting that. We're in this 5-minute gap. I'm going to see what price wants to do here. I would expect us probably to just blow through it at this point. Yep, okay. All right, yeah, I don't really see anything on this day that I would be taking, so let's go to the next day. Okay, see this? This looks nice. This looks nice right here. Price clearly going up. We respected that daily gap, respecting bullish order flow. This looks nice. This high, I think, is really obvious. I will mark out this 1-hour gap in case price wants to manipulate into it early on, but that high looks very free to me. Okay, well, there's once again nothing I can do about that. Kind of sucks, but we'll see if we want to manipulate here. All right, it looks like we do. Okay, this I would 100% expect this to keep going higher. Like there's no reason for price to come down. We edge this many times, then we sweep out these lows, and then we start displacing higher. So I would look for something that looks like this. You can just target the internal and then stop, give it a little bit of room down to here, and this I'd be shocked if this didn't play out. Go break even. And yeah, this is definitely not really a continuation type of trade right here. But like I said, I was going to be taking some reversal styles as well. The reason why this makes sense and why I'm able to take this trade is it's literally just the invalidation of going in the other direction. Like if price wants to take out this low, we are going to sweep this high and we're going to take that low. We're not going to do all this and then have heavy displacement higher. Ideally, live market, you get a better entry, something like around here. And something you guys can do if this happens, if you don't get good RR with the candle close here, you can set a limit order to try to tag yourself in and give yourself just that little bit extra RR, and that can make all the difference in the world. So, yeah, we'll go to next day. And also, like the biggest part of that trade is the higher time frames bullish. Like all-time highs, you want to try to be bullish as much as possible. Looks like price just swept out this high right here. Want to be cautious. I would expect probably this low or this low to get taken. I'm believing this is all-time high. It is. Yeah, I would still expect manipulation lower, to be honest, with this reaction. Ooh, is that data low? That'd be really, really clean. Okay, so 830 data was nothing. That's got to be some type of data. I'm not sure. What is that? Employment change? I would probably just, like, that's a protected high. I don't want to mess with that. Looks like we take it pretty quickly here. Yeah, I don't really see an entry that I would have liked. Okay, so we sweep this again. Wow. Okay. Nothing. I was thinking about taking a position like up here and like running it down, which wouldn't have been bad, but so I'll mark out this low. Maybe we can get like a continuation towards it. No, price clearly going higher now. At this point, we took out that low. I would not expect price to go any lower. Yeah, I don't really like any of this. All right, we're gonna go next day. That's just ass. Okay, so before even looking at anything, we have 830 data low. I love that. Not sure what this is. That looks like definitely a data candle. So I'm gonna mark the high and low of that for sure, because that's a crazy candle. That's like 150 points. So I definitely want to keep that in mind. Price just swept out all-time highs. I'd be bearish. I know we're at all-time high, so I should be bullish. And honestly, it could go either way, but I would expect, I mean, with this big of a reaction from all-time high, and we have this data low and this data low, I would expect price to go lower. Yeah, and actually, I would just short this right here. Stop at the high, and then I would target the actual data low. I would go break even at this one. Oh, kind of wanted to go break even there. Okay. All right. Very nice. And the reason why I'm taking this trade right here is because this is just obvious morning manipulation right here. Very, very obvious. And we have not one data low, but two data lows, and then also price swept out all-time high. Like it just makes sense for price to have a little bit of a retracement higher time frame. And if I have two stacked data lows, I mean it's pretty, like I feel like that draw is pretty inevitable. We get this very clear morning manipulation. The probabilities are just in your favor. And the reason why I'm targeting the second one, first of all, it's a data low, it's a strong draw in liquidity, but I'm still protecting myself in case this goes higher right here. Okay, because worst comes to worst, this gets taken, I get break even, we get another entry, I can re-enter towards this data low, right? And this just improves YAR immensely. So good stuff. Go next day. Okay, now here I'd be very bullish. Very clearly came down. Probably respected a daily, I would assume. Looks like we kind of disrespected it, but respecting all these gaps right here nonetheless. V-shaped recovery higher. Looks like we have some form of data right here. I'll mark out this. And obviously the whatever data this is, I'll mark that out. I'd still be bullish though. Obviously, I have a hard time longing with data lows below, but we are pretty far still. How about on the 1 hour? Yeah, we're in this 1 hour gap. So I'm going to stay on the 15-minute and let price just kind of show me what it wants to do. All right, clearly wanting to go higher. Past 11, this is terrible price action. That's kind of what happens when you have two strong draws in both directions. Wow, we did nothing. That's really, really bad. I would like a nice trade to this high right here. That looks really good. This is chopped. Probably just kind of an exploding candle in one direction. Ooh. Oh, okay, hold on. That's a decent continuation short. It's not bad. But this is kind of a protected low, and I don't like targeting that. And that is exactly, X exactly. And I'm actually going to take something that looks like this. Something like that. I'm going to go break even here. All right, well, this obviously, I would just probably manually close this for like a 1-to-1. So we're just going to hop out of that if I can. Maybe I can't, I don't know. But live markets, I probably would just close that with all this chop. That's ridiculous. This is, once again, kind of like the IFVG type style trade. Price has morning manipulation. I want to see price deliver towards this draw on liquidity right here. And we have pretty good R on this 1 to 1.5. And it's just the V-shaped recovery. I love the V-shaped recovery. I like the manipulation. I like all these stacked highs. The liquidity is really nice. And then the biggest thing, higher time frame. What is it? We are bullish as fuck. So that's why I'm taking that. Can't have no crazy tabs down there. Who knows what I was looking up before. You guys don't want to see that. All right, we'll go next day. Just kind of a slow grind up right now. Nothing crazy. Mark out this all-time high. This low. Really, I don't know. I don't like where price is at. I mean, we could take out this low. I'll mark out the internal. I think we're just going to have to play internally today. Edge that high, price moving lower, we edge it again. Okay, now we're pumping. I would not take shorts here. I can just tell. All right, that'll do it for us there. All right, we're just making new all-time highs. So this looks like a data candle. Ooh, okay. We're obviously just gonna play the data candle range, looking for manipulation in one direction, targeting the other. That was disgusting delivery. Like, sure, we didn't even tap the 5, so I wouldn't go for that. Oh, that looks really good. I'm so taking that. That's worth it. With all-time highs, this is so worth it. right, to go break even here. All right. There, I mean, I'm not mad about that. That was definitely worth it. Price action was just very slow. That was really bad. Am I gonna get stop rated here? What? I don't really care. Doesn't matter. I'd be off the chart, and it looks like I made the right decision. That's why you go break even when it makes logical sense. So, good stuff. This just looks fucking disgusting. I'm not. Oh, was that not all-time high? Oh shit. Okay. Well, glad I realized that. All right. But I mean, regardless, yeah, I'd still take that trade. It doesn't make a difference. We're still all-time high conditions, so it doesn't matter. Mm, yeah, this kind of just looks gross. I've got this high here. I've got this kind of no wick candle. Looks like I'm binding my draws on the 1 hour. Ooh, equal lows. Those could definitely get hit. We just swept out this high. That's kind of what I would be looking for. We have this high here. I'd want to see shorts to these equal lows, but we just swept out these lows. They had this big giant bullish candle. I'd probably be leaning a little bit more bullish. Wait. Ooh, hold on. It's data low. You guys know I love my data low. All right, so data low's definitely valid. We'll see what happens here. Mm, yeah, I'd wait for more confirmation. I wouldn't take anything in there. Longing. Mm, there's just no targets higher for me to even take. Yeah, this is terrible. Damn. Oh, oh. The draw on liquidity from the heavens. That's crazy. That is like the strongest draw I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I'd be very bearish towards that draw. That's insane. However, I still have to remember price is all-time high condition, so we could absolutely just leave that there. Like there's no guarantee we go and take that. Come on, please be bearish. All right, please be bearish. Do we have 5 minutes? All right, well, price clearly does not want to go higher here. Oh, please. Oh wait, that draws way down there. Mm. That played out. It wasn't bad. Ooh, this is dumb clean. Like this, targeting internal. It's not worth the R for me. Plays out, but oh well. Mm. Ooh, okay, this looks really good. I like this draw here a lot. We have this to go lower. That's it. I would really be bullish. I think that draw is very free. This is when I'll take more aggressive entries. Well, I said it. Said it was free. I'd be very, very, very bullish right now. Oh man. Like that's the next thing I got. Ooh. There's no entry, man. Was that all-time high? No, it wasn't. Okay, good. All right, price is clearly delivering towards all-time highs. So obviously, we have this gap that hasn't been filled. So I want to be cautious of that. Looks like we have obviously this high is pretty evident. This high right here, and this right here would be the gap fill. A lot of people have questions about marking out the gap fill. It's like it doesn't matter if you're on the 15-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour. The candle close is going to be the same. Like you want to mark it on the candle close right here, the last candle. That is filling the gap. Looks like we have some data high right there. These draws are being taken so quickly, there's nothing I can do. No clarity right now where price wants to go. Definitely need to clear this up. Like maybe that's the problem. So I'm just congested with all these different lines that I have not cleared up. Looks like price did fill the gap. This low here, I'd be ultimately very bullish for obvious reasons, but I'd take that for sure. That's pretty heavy on the RR though. I think like more reasonable trade would be to this high, but I think what I'll do is I'll just look for a manual close on this one. But I mean that displacement, it's definitely a 5 minute tap. Like I can't not take that. That's a beautiful trade. I think what I am gonna do though, in case we get like some manipulation lower, I'm gonna set the stop here, and we're gonna do that. Okay, I gotta go break even here. That was a beautiful trade. That was phenomenal. You could have put the stop here, obviously. I just with when it comes to the one candle like displacements that look like this right here, that always sketches me out. Like I like to see price build a little bit of a base and to have just one. The reason why I take it though is because we're still all-time high conditions. We clearly manipulate lower and then are moving higher. So that's why I still think it's totally fine to take. But all right, we'll probably do one or two more here. This low here, I still want to stay bullish. Still got to keep in mind where price is at on the higher time frame. Kind of coming back to OT of this range. So I want to keep that in mind. I would actually like to see a move higher here. Draws aren't the best though. I guess I might even have to target like an internal high here. I've got this 1 hour, but this, I'd probably have to target these kind of equal 15-minute highs. I think that's the only right way I could target. Probably gonna hit it quick. Oh, maybe not. I'm waiting for manipulation at the lows to go higher. Oh shit. I don't really have any targets lower. Possibly right here, but it's not my favorite. Looks like price made its move for the day. We're just kind of chopping now. I'd be willing to bet though something like this plays out, where price, like if you do something like that, that probably plays out. It's not something that I'd be willing to put risk on, but that does probably play out. Let's see. All right, no, you'd have been stopped. And that's what I'm saying. It's not something I'm willing to put risk on, but it's something that I would just kind of assume it plays, but it didn't. So, oh well. Now here is a day that is very obvious. I mean, it's very fucking clear what price wants to do. We are extremely bullish, and these are days where you want to be a little bit more aggressive. Now we did just take up that high, so I'll keep that in mind. But higher time frame, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, this is crazy bullish. It could be slow though. It could be slow because of how much we displaced. All right, this is going to be a slow grind up, it looks like. Wow. I know I don't have targets lower. I mean, I guess that, but oh wow, that's clean. Give me a better entry than that though. Nah, I want it ideally like because the problem is if I enter this here, like the RR is just not there. So oh, I didn't even realize we had this gap down here. Shit. Oh, come on, give me something. Can't believe price came up and edged all those. That's crazy. Here once again though, I'm very bullish structure here. Oh wow. Break even. Absolute banger. We have not lost a trade yet, which is actually pretty crazy. But this is just, I mean, I have a very obvious direction in price. We are clearly bullish. Price comes down. We sweep out this low. We have this big reaction up. Price is respecting these 1 hour gaps, we should say. And we're all time high conditions, at least close to all time high. So when I see this, the most obvious manipulation on the planet, and we get a V-shaped recovery, I mean, that is beautiful. And the reason I don't set my stop at the pivot low, like this, if this displacement, if this whole big candle right here gets completely inversed, then like the trade is invalidated. Like this is a big enough candle to just have your stop a little bit less. Beautiful trade. Absolutely beautiful. We'll do probably one more trade. A loss would be kind of nice because I don't want to like 100% win rate just kind of seems unrealistic. Like just to be completely honest with you, if I end on 100%, then oh well, because I do have to leave here in a second. But like, don't expect a 100% win rate. It's just not. It's not realistic. I don't have a 100% win rate. Like, don't. I could sit here and title it, which if I have 100%, I probably will. But don't let that fool you. All right. All-time highs it is. Looks like we swept out this one. We have a 4 hour gap if price wants to manipulate lower first. 15-minute looks pretty chopped. Ooh, we took out these lows though. I'm actually gonna mark that out just so I know. All right, this is horrible price action. We'll just go next day. Probably look at all-time highs taken. Yep, shock. Wow, this was an awful morning. Really, just nothing you can do about that. All right, so now we are officially at all-time high conditions. So now it's really just looking for longs. If you can get an internal pullback, great, but you really mainly just want to look for longs. Like, this is the only thing I have lower to target. Um, yeah, that's about it. Mm, Clearly bullish. Wait. It's too fast. It's too fast. Data low. Yes, sir. Manipulation higher. If we pull lower here, I'll short so fast. See, I can't enter that. Like, I knew that was gonna work too. I can't enter that. There's no way. However, we are gonna enter this. Target all-time high. Do something like that. Break even here. Oh, that's not a good sign. Very nice. All right, we're gonna end it off on 100%. Let's go. Reason why I took this trade is obviously I wanted the trade to data lows like that. Like I said, very clear manipulation. Price went lower. I mean that was pretty textbook reversal right there. But the reason I take this is obviously, I mean, we have all-time highs. I've said this so many times. But if price comes down, we take out data low. We don't displace through data low. We start chopping. We start dropping. More manipulation. Price clearly the V-shaped recovery higher. I love my V-shaped recoveries, and we have all-time highs. Like, it's just invalidation of price going in the other direction. So this was a really really good backtesting session. Let's check out the numbers here. All right, so 7 trades, 100% win rate. That's awesome. I don't think we had too many break evens either. It looks like we had, okay, so no. Only one break even trade. One break even, and the rest of them were all W's. So that was really good. The average RR was 1 to 1.36. So it's not bad. Definitely above a 1 to 1, but obviously a high win rate with a 1 to 1.36 RR, you're going to make a significant amount of money with that. I would have thought my RR was honestly a little bit higher. I think it's because of the break even, so it just completely lowers the RR. But either way, very, very good session. I hope this helped you guys out. Trading is really, it doesn't have to be complex, okay? You're looking for a strong draw on liquidity. You're looking price to invalidate going in the other direction, and you're looking for strong, confident displacement towards your draw, and you're looking for a safe stop loss, okay? Somewhere where if your stop loss gets hit, the idea is completely invalidated. And that is all you're looking for. If you guys have any questions about any of the trades in this session, please just let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to help you guys in any way that I can. As always, I do have the link to join my Discord. That's going to be in the description of this video. If you have any questions about my Discord, I've also got my Instagram linked below, so feel free to shoot me a DM. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.